Hi everyone, my name is Valeria.
And I am Chinchilla, and we are going to talk about plagiarism.
What is plagiarism? According to Oxford Dictionary, plagiarism is the practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own. There are many ways to avoid doing plagiarism, and I'm going to talk about some of them. First of all, paraphrasing. What is paraphrasing? Paraphrasing is not producing a direct copy of another person's idea or work. It's more like rewriting another person's words so that the original meaning of their idea is maintained, but the structure and words you are using are quite different to theirs. So when you are paraphrasing, the words and structures you use should sound like something you would normally say or write. Something you need to have clear or make sure when paraphrasing is not just to swap a few words or sentences from what you're trying to copy, in other words. The whole structure of the passage you are paraphrasing needs to be changed. In fact, some research has demonstrated that students overuse quotations in their research paper. Something very nice about paraphrasing is that we're demonstrating that we absorbed all the idea that the other person is trying to show us by their papers, their books, articles, etc. But have also thought carefully about what they mean. Paraphrasing and summarizing. They are not the same. Summarizing is when you give like an overview of the author's key idea as a whole, or provide an overview of a topic. Also, a summary is usually shorter than the original piece of writing. Also, it may state the idea of a paragraph in one simple sentence. A summary tells you about the whole passage. Another important thing that we might forget is making connections between our ideas and others' ideas. These include stating the view of another by using words like according to, talking about the view of another when there is a bit of confusion about that view, agreeing with the view of another by saying as the author says, disagreeing with the view of another. To do this, you can use words like in contrast to, drawing a conclusion using the work of another. Here you mention their work. Point out assumptions by beginning sentences like this. This assumption on which this depends. And finally, to state your own position by saying things like, the perspective presented here is. Note, you must always put the year of publication in brackets next to the author's name. There are many pages you can use to be sure you're not doing plagiarism.
The plagiarism workshop was an activity that was made all tutors and tutees together to talk about plagiarism and all its consequences. Here, tutors and tutees talked about plagiarism and their strategies to evade them, like paraphrasing or summarizing. This is an important topic that has to be treated because of the consequences it has in Zamorano, like 5 demerits and 0% in the final grade. Tutors and tutees need to get along to evade all these problems because it only brings a lot of bad consequences. Also, at the end of the activity, they made a little presentation talking about plagiarism and how it has ruined many people's lives all along the years. We hope you found this video interesting and thank you for your attention.